All right, Boxing Day session. We know that we're going to have pretty light volume just because the European markets are not open because of Boxing Day. Outside of the U.S., it's celebrated. I'm from the Caribbean, so again, I know that Boxing Day is a very, very heavily celebrated day. Um, with that being said, we're continuing higher. Again, no need to short unless you don't like your money regarding what the way that the index looks. We have that 50% that we were talking about, and it's nowhere close to it. Again, I will look. I didn't even get a pivot yet, so I wouldn't even redraw this until I get a pivot and kind of use this next swing and then look at that as well. But we're still looking bullish. The QQQ, you can see we're continuing to go higher. Volume is lightening up, but it's continuing to go higher, which looks good. If you look on the weekly time frame, you can see as well, we're expecting the volume to be dropped off because it's the holidays, but again, that doesn't give you a signal to go short. To go short right now, I think it would have to break at least this low or at least this one to say, okay, bear market territory. Right now, everything should be treated as a pullback until we get some confirmation of anything else. IWM is continuing to go higher. Again, we have the weekly time frame that we were looking at. We can see that it's pretty much getting above these highs and looking to come test this. What is it? This 121 area as soon as possible. So I would, again, don't look to be shorting stuff because even if you short stuff, quite honestly, if the trend of the underlying index is just making that it's a very hard thing to short, again, they will appear, but just be cautious when you're doing so. Again, last but not least, the diamond. And again, this one, it didn't really, I mean, it's giving you very, very small body candles we were expecting. But just be cautious as well if you're initiating some type of long. Ones that look good is actually Apple, breaking above this high again. You could, if you didn't get in here, okay, you can get in here, but your stop is going to have to be pretty much below this point, in my personal opinion, or you could use the low of this day. But again, I do think that 122 is definitely in in the runnings, and I think that you'll probably get there around what, in the early January. So we'll see how this one plays itself out. We had GoPro. Oops, wrong symbol. GoPro. Again, from the short. Again, I told you that short was here. You can check my video on the 28th. But from now, it's continuing to look good. Again, I'm just trying to look to see what we have going on regarding some type of retracement. I think we were at a key level because if we look here, we haven't even got to 38%, so still in bearish type of territory. But we have to see how this one plays itself out. But again, above that 7650 area, we can see some stuff going on. Weekly, again, this weekly pattern looks pretty good as far as just the candlestick formation. But even from its inception, we just have to see kind of where are we in space. And we've recaptured the 50-day, and we went to the 61 fib. So it's still in bullish territory. Again, it's still a bullish. That would have been just a quick scalp for that point, those points. My target was around this, around this area right here. It would have made some great money. But we have to see how this one, again, how the volume goes as well. Because if you took the last swing here, okay, you took from this point, you can see we're right at the 50% for that one as well. So you just want to be a little bit cautious regarding that. We have Tesla. Tesla looking good now, giving a little flag pattern actually. And it's continuing to the upside. Again, we still want to make sure that we're not just looking at one candle, but we're looking at the entire body of work. And it is above the 50%. So that's something that, again, if somebody was short, they put their stop above there and you get stopped out. Again, I'm the one that will tell you when I got stopped out. I'll actually show you so you guys don't think I'm BSing some older stuff that I got stopped out on. I got stopped out right here. I took the short, went above, got out. Cat, I actually took the short for earnings. I risked the entire position, gapped up, got out. It is what it is. This one actually, Cat, looks like it's setting up for another short actually, because if you look at where it is in respect, it's way under the 50-day movement, 50% retracement. And if we do this, you see that we haven't even gotten to 38%. So this is still in a weaker position. You can see from the volume and the way these candles, if you get a break of this low, it continued to the downside. So I'm actually going to look at that, put alert to see if it breaks below that on the daily, and then see how we go from there. So again, I would be very cautious regarding a lot of these down names, which unfortunately I'm in some. So Walmart's looking pretty good. I'm looking for that one. I'm still in that one, and Intel is, you know, I'm not trying to. I got in here. I'm not trying to. I'll probably risk go to break even, because again, if it goes break even, it's going to get me out probably around this area right here, which is pretty much, if it breaks here, it can continue to go down. But it's still in a bullish pattern. So again, I like the pattern on the daily as well, to kind of make sure I'm not you know, looking at just the daily time frame, but the weekly time frame actually looks good. Again, it just breaks above these highs, and then it's going to hit my target, which is around that 39 to 40. That doesn't mean that I take it off. That means I rolled pretty much risk free, and see how this one plays out. So again, short session. Be careful, be cautious. You know, and don't fight the trend. At the end of the day, you don't want to fight the trend, because again, it's just a hard way to trade. Baba, I think it looks kind of strong. So if it breaks above these highs, where you'll get a higher low from here. So if we do this, we look at this, we get a higher low from here. So I think if it breaks above this, it could be a good long candidate. But on the weekly, kind of just like, I'm not really sure, because you got these two days. And you would have kind of like this. If it breaks below these lows, you would have this high, and then a lower high here for the continuation pattern of the downside. But again, it's still over the 50% of the entire range. So we just have to see how that goes. You can see how it actually bounced at the 50-day percentage. So again, I want to keep this short. Enjoy your holidays if you didn't trade, and take care. Next week's another week, and trade them up.